Right. This confession, I got faith in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And this is. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you. Slowing down, man.
Like career-wise, and she would kind of like tell me, like, hey, like, you sure this is what you really want to do, you know? Like, like this doesn't seem like you. I feel like you're just doing this because, you're stressed and, like, you just want, like, to make money. About what you want to do. That's cool. She.
Searching.
Hello. Hi. Hello. ¿Cómo te llamas? Yo me llamo Héctor. ¿Cómo te llamas? Hello. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Se me olvidó las siglas de ahí. ¿En eso? Se me olvidó.
Okay, so we're outside the Intellectual Radio place, and I'm here for my very first radio station interview. Let's go. Yeah, it says right there. So as soon as this one.
Yeah, they should be here soon.
Sweet.
What time is it right now?
It's 7:43.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it'll probably be like 5 or 6 minutes.
Swanton bomb from the top is enough to stop the match. 1, 2, 3, but I don't wanna stop the match. Instead, I'm giving you a second chance. Now stand up, like I put you out like a match. Again and again, we're only done when you're knocked down in our bed. Super kick to the head.
Bell and Company.
Yep, another episode here of Bell and Company live on a Sunday. If you guys are watching when we do the show live, Sunday night here in the Chicago area, but we're heard all over the place. We were just talking about it off the air, maybe across the world, which would be cool. Somebody in like Italy's watching us near the Pope or something. That'd be kind of cool. But anyway, I am Mario J. Bell of the Bell and Company. That's why we have company, because we have other people. We have that person that does the voice. We have Libby. Hey, Libby.
Hi. How
I know-
you doing?
I know off the. Oh, you're all happy now. You had
I'm
the
on a
happy
sugar
drug.
high. Just ate a
You-
bunch of sugar.
You were
Good
yelling
candy,
at me
right?
earlier.
I'm always yelling at you earlier.
And then we've got Joe Brunker, who comes with us with all these great guests he gets us. Hey, Joe, and himself.
Yo.
Welcome to another show. And then we have our great guest. I'll just introduce right off the bat and get you into the conversation. Hello, I'm going to call you by your real name or your stage name. Which one?
You can call me by my real name,
So this is Hector. Hey, Hector.
Hello.
Hector Acosta is how you say it? Or
Hector
Acosta?
Acosta.
I was right. Hector
Yes.
Acosta. And we'll get into the name in a little bit, but I did want to mention, I said it briefly there. We're praying for the Pope because I guess he's in bad shape these days, which surprises me because don't they live to like 200? But whatever. I guess not. He's like 88.
Not this one.
And he's
Yeah,
in
I
bad
guess
shape
not.
apparently, but he's making it. You know what scares me is my mother had the same thing during the COVID days. She got COVID, and they got the
She
exact.
got it from you.
Well, I don't want to get into where she got it from, but the point is, she had the
I
exact.
got it from you.
She got the exact same
That's
thing though.
hearsay.
She had. She made. I mean, I don't know. I don't know where it came from, but anyway, my mom was really sick like that. So thank God my mom made it through, and hopefully the Pope is all right. But that was pretty interesting to hear that. He's been in there for like a week almost. Like, whoa, okay. So anyway, that's going on, and you're watching us live. You're missing the SAG Awards. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but they're going on tonight too. So I always get that mixed up with. I thought the Screen Actors Guild was the one that puts on the actual Oscar ceremony, but I guess this is another one
Yeah.
that they
yeah, I
do
believe
before
it is.
the actual Oscars.
Yeah.
Do you know about that, Joe?
There's multiple awards. Like
No, I mean why is the Screen Actors Guild doing two of them? I never understood that.
the Screen Actors Guild and the Academy is different.
I thought they were together, associated.
I mean, acting is associated all throughout, but Screen Actors Guild and the Academy.
Well, there you go. That explains why it's separate. Then it has nothing to do with the
Yeah.
Academy. I swear they were together. Anyway, well, that explains it. So tonight's
yeah,
a
there's
big.
multiple different like.
Well,
and
there
then
was
there's
the.
like the Tonys for the plays.
Well,
you
there
know,
was that
stuff
other
like
one.
that.
The BAFTAs are like the English version of London's version of the Oscars, and then
Yeah,
what's that
like-
other one that just happened? Not the Golden Globe. Oh yeah, the Golden Globes. So
And
there
then
we
you got
go.
your indie film festivals like Sundance and all.
Oh,
those
those are
But then if
tons
we
of
dive
those.
Deep into that, then we won't even be able to talk to Hector.
Wait, but do they? I don't know if they do award shows. They just do the films. I think. I don't know if they do awards. Sundance. Some of those film festivals.
They give awards out.
They do.
They
I know
do.
the Chicago
Yeah.
one did. I don't know if they're still doing it that way.
Yeah,
Chicago
a lot
Film
of them do. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were an official entrant of a film festival.
Which movie?
Last year, I got to like play a spy, and then like I snapped this person's neck in the film. Like,
Oh, that's awesome.
Sna-
What,
I know,
what'd you
it's
play?
kinda
What role was
interesting.
that?
I was a landscaper best friend, and then this girl stole a flash drive after killing someone, and then so I had to get the flash drive from her, so she hit me with the car.
Okay.
and like right
So you
when
weren't
she
the main
came out-
character.
Well, we were all just flashes of characters. Like we would all die pretty much.
And that's in the Chicago, or it was in the Chicago Film Festival.
Yeah. Well, one of them, one of the short film festivals, we got to play out at a theater in
Wow.
Chicago there.
We learn something new about Joe Brunker every week. I think it's hilarious.
No, but yeah. So let's hear more about Hector.
Yeah, well, of course. We're getting there. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah.
Don't think
Gotta
I'm going to
build it
forget. We have this gentleman sitting here that I've got a lot to talk about with him. I guess we'll just start off. We already mentioned who you are, Hector, and the name, your name that you use in the music business.
Yeah, so my music alias is Whisper the Coat God.
Okay, cool. So we got that out. We're going to get into. I'm going to ask you why in a second,
Sure.
but somebody that's already been on the show and promoted us pretty well. And I don't remember if you knew him or if he reached out to you. It was Sativa.
He also
Right.
reached out.
He did. Okay.
Yeah, I think he reached out through Dell. Like,
Right.
he knew
Yes.
Dell.
Del Jones.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's just it's good. It's good to have people Cool Kills. Willard reached out to me for that.
Well,
Yeah, it's like-
Sativa actually is working on a project with you. Is
I
that
saw.
right?
I
So
was-
that's
like-
what we're
I
gonna.
was checking that out.
That's why I want to
Yeah.
bring it up. So hello to Steve if he's watching. I think he
Shout
probably
out
is.
Sativa.
Yeah, he's
Sativa.
probably watching. So anyway, let's talk about it. Of what got you into the business, and what got you to the point where, hey, you're on a podcast talking about your music?
Yeah, I gotcha. Before I get to that, I just want to show my appreciation and my gratitude for being here.
Oh, sure.
Very excited. Thank you.
Woohoo!
Glad you were
Glad to
on.
have you here.
And yeah, so I guess I'll start with my name. So Whisper the Coke God. I feel like that name is more of a double meaning. The way I created it, I kind of wanted to get people to look at the name and kind of be like curious, mysterious, lured in, so to say. But my name is actually a double meaning, and COKE is an acronym. It stands for Creator of Kindness Everywhere.
I saw that. Actually.
Oh, nice.
I read that acronym that you posted it a couple weeks ago or something. I read the acronym and I was like,
yeah.
oh, that's cool.
Here, I thought it meant like something else, like something bad, but that's
Like-
actually really
Yeah,
good.
yeah, like cocaine. Or
Yeah,
something.
it's like
That's
he's the
fun of
Coke
it.
guy, like he's handing out, little
that-
samples or
That's
something.
kind of the hook.
Yeah,
in a
yep.
sense, you know,
Mhm.
it gets people. And I listen to your music, and it like part of me was kind of like skeptical. Like I was like, what am I gonna hear? And I was like,
Mhm.
no, it's really good stuff. Really, really solid. You got good flow.
Thank
Good
you. I
sound.
And
appreciate
it relates to the COKE part, I guess.
So I feel like my music, I have like two sides to my music. I feel like my music nowadays, it has more of the uplifting, positive vibes, making people feel better. But then I also have the side of music where it's more traditional, like egotistical rapping and
Yeah, it's
girls,
all good.
money,
Egotistical
clothes, like all that type of, traditional hip hop sense.
I
I
never
feel
thought
like I
about it being
balance both sides.
egotistical.
A
I
lot
guess
of
yeah,
so.
it's definitely
braggadocious, very like I'm the shit. Kind
Yeah,
of thing.
no, it
Don't
is.
mean to swear. My bad.
Yeah.
It is. Oh yeah, don't swear, but
chest
One
puffing,
time.
you
Yeah,
know? Bravado.
Oh,
they
I
all
forgot
do
to
that.
warn no swearing.
yeah,
Sorry.
I guess they all do
I
that.
warned him.
Yo, my bad.
They
Oh,
all
it's
do
all
that.
good.
One and done.
All rapper, not swear, but all rap. Well, they do that too, but I guess it's all kind of a ego thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody's got an ego at the end of the day. It's what you do with it and if you suppress it to the point if you don't let it overcome you, like I don't know, like because you could have your ego overtake you and then just become something that you.
Well,
never
you got
Exactly.
the E part for everybody. Say it again. COKE was
Creator of kindness everywhere.
everywhere, so he's talking
Mhm.
about everywhere. So
Heck
it's
yeah.
not just him.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Try to spread the good vibes and also realism, because life is not only just happy and perfect all the time.
True.
There's darkness and gritty times that go on in life, and I try to encapsulate all those emotions and feelings with my music.
In
I
the
think
name,
that's what you should do. You shouldn't just put out the stuff that makes you happy, the stuff that makes you want to party. You should put out your whole entire life and kind of like bleed it out into your art. Like
Exactly.
that's kind of what you should do. So I
Mhm.
like that. I like that.
well, he's doing it just with the name.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So how long have you been doing music? I guess is the next natural question to ask you.
Yeah, so I've been doing music, my journey for 6 years now. I started when I dabbled with it in high school, kind of like my junior, senior year. My dad, he's a DJ. So whenever I would visit him, he'd be like doing little DJ sets, showing me new music. And he kind of introduced the hobby to me. At first, I didn't really think much of it. I was just like, oh, music, whatever.
Yeah.
But then after I graduated, I started to like dive deeper into it and write songs. And I remember I'd be on like Xbox Live parties with my friends, and we'd be diss rapping each other over Xbox. And
Oh, I used to love diss rapping.
Yo,
So he was the DJ though. He didn't do singing or anything, right? He didn't
at
rap
one point
himself?
he did.
Oh,
But
he did. Okay.
At one point he did, but mainly the DJing is what was his thing.
I mean, that's a whole thing in itself. I mean, you go
Mhm.
to the shows with the the lights and like in the desert, all those shows. There's a few of them, big ones. That's EDM music. That's all the DJ right there.
Yup.
So is that
Mhm.
kind of what your dad was doing?
He did more so like house music, very old school, like Biggie, Tupac, 3 6 Mafia, like that type of genre.
But in clubs,
In clubs, house parties, just like on his Facebook Live or whatever.
still
stuff
cool.
like that.
Yeah, that's when I think of a DJ. That's what I think of. But it seems like today everybody thinks of the EDM guys that are out there with the laser light shows and the big huge desert is
the
behind them.
Crazy masks that light up and everything.
There's
Yeah.
a fair mix of great DJs in all types of genres, Like they've even got good country DJs. And that's
There was like the wedding
Yeah.
DJs do a little bit of everything. I don't know if did he do that? Was he a wedding DJ as well?
I'm not too sure. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
mean, wedding DJs they make some serious dough. I tell you what, if you're in a wedding band, you make serious dough. Wedding DJs,
I know the
you
band
make
called
crazy.
Wedding Band with BANNED, and they're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're mostly on the south side, I think, of Chicago, but they're really everywhere.
One of my bands played a wedding once, and we made like $3,500
Whoa.
of one wedding, like 3 hours.
So we give a little side gig for you and your dad. You
There
guys
you
got to do
go.
weddings together.
Yeah, like,
Write some
good
well,
lyrics.
DJs make upward of $1,000 depending on like what the amount of time they're supposed to be there for. So it might be good to look into.
Yeah, something to have a conversation with them about at some
Yeah.
point.
So I mean, you're still kind of young in the industry, quote unquote. I mean, 6 years, it's not like, you know, that long, honestly.
Still finding
To
myself.
already be at the point where you're playing with some big name acts, which we'll get more into in a little bit, but
Mhm.
that's pretty cool. I guess
At the
you know,
Forge too, love it there.
And
Great
at the
place.
Forge, yeah, I was going to mention that too, which has all kinds of genres. I know a lot of heavy metal bands go there.
Yeah,
But it has
Primal Moon
everything.
played there, Dead Harvest played there, Over the Sun played there. All three of my bands played there. It's a great place to play. Like,
Yeah,
And-
a lot of
and-
exposure.
Your music isn't just like rap, though. It kind of sounds, it mixes a little bit of everything.
you got a little bit of emo in there too. Like,
Yeah.
I like that. I
I'll-
like that a lot.
I was telling Joe a little bit off the air, but I like to genre blend with my music.
Yeah.
So when I first came up, obviously I said I was doing like the diss rapping and all that stuff. But over time, I feel like I kind of dove into more of like the punk genre, rock, heavy metal, and then I kind of explored a little bit of like that EDM, pop, electronic dance, and just whatever genre I think sounds cool. I like to mesh it and combine it into my own unique thing.
Is diss rap like its own thing? Is that like its
Oh
own?
yeah,
I
I mean
really?
Eminem. That's kind of like how he battle rap. Like
Okay.
they
I thought it was called something different, but I mean, I know what it is. I
yeah,
just-
diss rap, battle rap. Like
Okay,
it-
battle
it-
rap, I think, is what I'm thinking of. Same
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like a mix of things, you know. Like I think I forgot what that big company that does it on YouTube is.
Well,
Like,
what would you say? I'm asked to guess. What does Whisper the Kokag say about it? That
On
genre?
battle rap?
Yeah.
Well,
it's fun.
yeah, it's fun. It's like lyrical boxing, really, and it's a competitive sport. I know a lot of, like you were saying, YouTube companies, they still do it to this day,
The
Uh,
UK is pretty big into it.
exactly,
Like,
yes.
it's pretty wild.
and it's basically just trying to like one up each other, kind of like throwing punches, but with your words, you know.
Who was Eminem doing it with? I know he was making fun of
Some of the
people.
best in Detroit.
Okay.
and Detroit had one of the best battle rap scenes in the world at that point.
Okay. I
Uh,
learned
but-
something new every day on the
but-
show.
But surprisingly, the UK has a really good battle rap scene right now. I've been listening to them a lot lately.
Yeah.
because they're fun. I used to love battle rap, and I used to also love that show with Wilmer Valderrama called Yo Mama.
Oh, that was on
Like-
MTV, right? Yo Mama.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
a classic.
Do you know about that show?
No, I don't know much about that
That's
show.
from like, I don't know, 15 years ago, something
Mhm.
like that.
It was amazing.
Well,
Like,
I thought you were going to say Yo MTV Raps, but that's a whole different one.
no, Yo Mama. It was a show where they basically just told Yo Mama jokes to each other. It was
Yeah.
like a rap battle, but it was just jokes and like.
That's
Wait, was that on
hilarious.
MTV? I thought it was, but maybe it wasn't.
Yeah, it was on.
It was
MTV.
MTV,
Yeah,
okay.
I loved that show. Like personally.
Anyway, so
Sorry,
he doesn't
rabbit
know.
trail.
The Coke guy doesn't know that one, so
Mm.
and no, couldn't remember. That's man. If you said it, I'd be like, okay, like I recognize it, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't have remembered it on my own. That's for sure. But anyway,
Classic.
so you've done a little bit of everything. So where does that lead you to now? What type of genre are you working with now?
So recently, I just dropped 2 songs. They are pop dance songs, and I feel like these particular songs, I took a lot of heavy inspiration from like the early 2000s genre, specifically artists like Lady Gaga, and I just was really inspired by her, and I'd wanted to do my own thing, paying homage to her. And yeah, I got like a lot of good positive reception on those songs, and
Gaga's a pretty big inspiration for me, and
Mhm.
you know, honestly, I love how she branches and goes
I don't-
off and
I don't think I would say she's an. I mean, I would think more. Go back a little more, like go to Madonna. But okay,
I just
guess
like
Lady
how
Gaga.
unashamed she is of anything in a lot of ways. Like she was like the most bullied at her college, and like they even had a whole entire club set against her to like basically rip her apart on Facebook. And it was
I don't
just like
remember
they
all
had
that.
a whole group page, yeah, at her college.
Is that what you
And-
liked about her? That she's strong individual, I guess, or that she's an
and
actress
then,
too?
and then
by the
she's
way?
Yeah.
versatile too. Actress,
Versatile.
like,
just her evolution, you know, like she went from, I saw a documentary about her, and she went, you know, from the pop dance scene on MTV, and then later on in her career, she was doing like the whole jazz scene, and now she's in the new Joker movie, and
Yeah.
you know, just from artist to evolving her music to acting, and who knows where else.
You know
and
what?
the meat suit, that was a fashion statement, I tell you.
Well, let me talk about
Just
that
kidding.
movie for a minute. I know we keep going away. We'll get back.
That's
Don't worry.
okay.
We got an hour. Anyway, the movie The Joker, everybody didn't like it. I don't think they understood. It was like he was dreaming. It was a dream. And people are like, "Oh, it's not that, you know, like Joker-esque where it's like he's like killing a bunch of people and well, he does a few, but anyway,
Well, it's technically not the Joker. Like,
he's well,
not-
I'm
he's
gonna get
not
to
the
that
action.
too. It's a musical though, and the people
Yeah.
didn't seem to like that. But Lady Gaga was awesome in it. I loved it. I don't. Did you like it because of that
I didn't
too?
see the second one. I saw
Oh,
the first one though.
Okay, well,
First one was awesome.
the
Yeah.
first one and the second one are almost like two different. It's like they're coming from two different angles, except it's the same actor.
Yeah.
Did
What
you guys
other than
watch
that?
The Penguin yet?
No.
No, I haven't seen the show yet.
Give it a watch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I heard a lot of
but-
good things.
Colin Farrell is amazing in it. Like
Oh, the movie. Yeah, the movie, The Batman. I thought you were going to say the TV series with the Penguin because there's a TV series out too.
that's what I was talking about. Well,
But-
it's based off of the
movie,
the
yeah.
new Batman movie.
But
yeah.
I don't
saw
know
that
if
one.
Lady Gaga's involved in any of that. She's on the other project. She's just in the Joker.
I was just bringing it up because Joker.
Joe likes to
it's
come
all,
from all
it's all
angles.
part of the DC world.
I love
Come
DC.
on.
Yeah, gotcha.
Mhm.
Joe always has some other little topic that throws in that's interesting, but I never think about asking. So anyway, yeah, so that movie was just wild. And I like Lady Gaga just from seeing her acting in the movie. That's why I brought it up.
Mhm.
So
Are
but
there
you-
any other artists that kind of inspire you for your next few songs?
For my next few songs, well, I wouldn't say artists, but do you guys know WWE, like the wrestling thing?
Oh heck yeah!
yeah.
WWF, you mean? No,
Yeah,
sorry. I know.
different
WWE.
genres,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
No, it is. It's the same, but they changed the name. 'cause
Yeah.
It was similar to something. I
different eras.
Same thing. WWE.
But yeah, my next song, it's more like hardcore rock, something you could work out to, and it's very inspired by WWE. And it's literally like if I was a
Not
WWE wrestler,
AEW.
I would be using this song as
Like
my
when they come out
entrance.
to the ring, you mean that
Yeah,
kind of music?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's
okay.
like that kind of song. If I was a WWE wrestler, that's my interpretation of it.
Are you gonna try out?
For WWE, you know,
No,
I've
he's gonna
been
be the
Well,
singer.
you'd have to go through like NXT
Yeah,
first,
yeah.
probably,
He's
but
gonna
you
be a
probably have to go
singer.
through some other wrestling.
you know, it's
federation.
crossed my mind. I'm not gonna lie, because I watch it a lot and I play the video games and I have like experience with MMA. So I feel like if I really hone in on that craft, like why not? You know,
Those guys are pretty huge, though.
You
They're
don't
like
need to be
7
huge.
foot
They got-
tall.
they got like
change.
Rey Mysterio on there.
There's a few that aren't, but
Yeah.
most of the guys are
I
like
could be a
7
high
foot
flyer.
tall or 6'5" or
I
whatever.
want to get to the point where I could do side quests with one of my artistic endeavors.
Exactly,
You know? like you know, like kind of like what The Rock does, or like
Mhm.
all of them do.
Joe,
like-
the jack of all trades over here, master
Yeah.
of none, right?
yeah, it's like
Does
say
everything.
like the book takes off, like ultimately, or your music career takes off. Then you could go be a wrestler too.
Yeah,
because
Post
you've already
Malone
got,
did
like-
it.
like-
Bad Bunny did it.
Exactly. Everybody kind of
Yeah.
has that kind of.
There's always like an evolution. Like you start out as, like he was saying, you start out as a DJ, then you end up being a rapper, then you end up being whatever. Now you're an actor. Now
Yeah.
he's going into MMA and
That's the
wrestling.
fun of life.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you know, it is kind of weird how things go. I mean, I've told the story again. That we'll get back to who you collaborated with here in a
Mhm.
second. But I mean, I started out in audio visual, then I was a producer, then I was in sales, and then
You're such a
eventually on
geek.
air. What?
You're such a geek.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I kind of was the AV geek, and here we are, radio. But I've been doing that.
Wait,
on
did
and
you
off.
wheel the TVs to the
I did.
classroom?
They don't even do that anymore. They don't have TVs. They got the monitor on the wall, but
Yeah,
yeah, and projectors. But
with the
I did.
VHS, or was it a Betamax? that you're
No, I had
playing?
VHS.
or
Actually,
laser disc.
I'm not that old. No, I had DVDs, but yeah, I was doing that. So it's weird how it all. I kind of always wanted to be an on-air talent. I just
Yeah.
didn't know where and how.
Mhm.
Did you have that happen to you? Where you're like you're not exactly sure if you are going to DJ or you're going to rap, or like your dad's influence you're talking about.
Yeah.
Were you sure? Okay, now I'm going to be a rapper.
Yeah, I think there was a time, and I think everyone experiences it when they're in high school and young. Like you don't really know what you want to do, but the only advice that I would give people who are watching, who are my age or younger, is like just try things. You know, don't be afraid to try things and fail. Don't be afraid to fail. Like maybe you have a interest in, I don't know, knitting, and you try to knit and you don't like it. Like, okay, that's one thing you know for sure you don't like to do. But maybe because you decided you don't like knitting, maybe you try crocheting and maybe that's your thing, like
eliminate some of the side ones to figure out the one you love, right?
Mhm.
The pathway to success is 500 failures before.
Exactly.
I haven't heard 500. I've heard failure.
I mean, you fail and you fail and you fail again. But at the same
agree.
time, even after you succeed, you fail. Like there's still it's going to be ebbs and flows, ups and downs, but it's ultimately.
I don't know if we want to say fail, though. I know that's the saying, but just where you, like you were talking about, you kind of find that maybe I don't want to do that anymore. I'll do something else.
And
Not that you were bad at it.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah.
No, it's not necessarily that. It's like say you fall short of what you anticipated in your brain. Like it's kind of like, oh, this is what I anticipate for it, but you fall short of what you thought.
Oh, I guess
know?
that could happen. Did that happen with you? Kind of maybe.
I tried a few different things before music. Like, for example, I wanted to do acting at some point, or
That's
I
fun.
wanted to do like a
You could be an
professional
actor.
video gamer. And I feel like when it came to my music,
Do you have Twitch?
Twitch, I currently do have Twitch because I
Ah,
kind
very
of came
nice.
You
to
get
the-
famous on there. This guy's got like
Yeah.
1 million followers on Twitch.
Do you do your podcast on there?
I actually recently dropped my very first podcast on my YouTube today.
Thought I saw
Joe,
that.
you gave it what I was going to talk about. Okay, so
Yes.
you do a podcast.
Yeah,
Let's talk
uh-huh.
about that.
Yup. Yeah, I dropped it today. It was with my friend. His name is Angel Puga, and he's a
Oh, that's your first podcast. Oh, I
Mhm.
thought you'd already done a few, but okay.
This
so
is my
you're
first
just
one that I
starting.
dropped.
We inspired you.
Don't you listen?
I didn't. No, Joe just brought it up.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a photographer and
Whoops.
he's in the heavy metal scene.
I saw it.
Mhm.
Oh, well, I saw some of it. I didn't watch the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
thing. But you guys are talking about something with the day job. So I guess we could talk about that. You're not just a rapper. You do something else during the day.
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of like Batman. In the day, I'm working at PetSmart, being a pet caretaker. And then at night, I'm like Whisper the Coke God at shows, doing mosh pits and dolphin diving off the crowd and stuff like that,
You go from taking care of the animals to maybe throwing a few into the
Yeah,
crowd.
yeah. Catch the
Wow.
guinea pig.
It's amazing how people, what people do is like totally unrelated to what you're like passionate.
Yeah.
I at least tried to kind of relate it. Not that AV is really radio, but it's sort of kind of related, audio technology.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's wild. So he is also a coworker. I saw the
Yes,
podcast.
that's how our relationship started as coworkers, and then we were both found out we were in the music scene, going to shows, and we just bonded over that,
Heck
became
yeah.
friends, and yeah.
So will he be on every show with you, or was he just the guest?
He was my first guest, so every show it's going to be like a new guest.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a good idea. Good,
Yeah.
Good way. What's the premise for the show? I saw that it's called The Background, right?
The background, yeah. So basically, I feel like, when the cameras are up, and for example, me being a musician, like you only really see the highlights of certain people's careers, but
Yeah.
you don't really know what's going on in the background.
The background.
So that's kind of what I like to talk about on my show. It's just like
I like that.
the lore, the story of some people, give them an opportunity to talk about what a lot of people don't know really goes into their certain crafts or careers. And
The blood, sweat, and tears of it all.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We kind of delve into it here just sometimes by mistake. We think we're going to talk about one thing, and we all of a sudden, like you just saw, we kind of go off on a tangent and get into
Yeah.
it. But
yeah,
you,
we've had a guy want to retire from acting on the show. It's like it all depends. Like every different night.
and your whole show is that you're all about what's behind the scenes, basically.
Yeah, I try to get
I like the depth. Good
yes, thank
stuff.
you. I try to get different creative talents on there. For example, the first one was about photography, so I feel like other photographers who are upcoming or wanting to think about doing it, they could really listen to his perspective on it and become motivated or take some advice from his story. And I could do that with not
They'll
only
want to come on
photograph-
too. They'll be on with you.
Not only photographers,
photographers.
but like artists or actors or whatever creative talent people have.
How often will you do the show or podcast?
Right now I'm thinking maybe like 1 or 2 podcasts a month. Yeah.
Okay, it's a grind when you're doing 2 hours a week every week. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna cut it down to 1 hour though, because 2 hours, that was like my first time doing it, and my computer did not like that space wise. So
You don't have to tell us.
Yeah.
Well, they're pretty good here, but
Uh-huh.
some place like when I was doing it I was doing a Twitch and a Facebook Live, and then sending it to the station at the
Mhm.
time. This is years ago. It would literally freeze during the live broadcast.
no.
And I'm like, what am I supposed to do this for radio? You
What a
know?
nightmare.
So we'd keep talking because for some reason, like a lot of times the audio would stay on,
Mhm.
which was weird. But anyway, so yeah, I know all about live, and
Yeah.
an hour is probably good. And I don't know, unless they have a bunch of stories to tell, I guess.
Mhm.
We do actually do two separate, like,
Really?
and we can play some on different days if we want to.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
that's
normally
smart.
do one at 9, but our artists that can't make it tonight.
Yeah,
I
he
believe-
was
I
he
believe
was
he's having a
scheduled for
rough
like
couple days.
I couldn't make it one week, and then now he can't make it one week. It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be ready for that, by the way.
Mhm.
That's how
I
the
guess you
cookie
could-
crumbles.
You could still go on and talk about stuff and maybe bring it up, but obviously you're not interviewing at that point.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
the luck with you, are they live or are they recorded?
They're pre-recorded.
Okay, so
we
that's
just
a little
use the
easier.
camera, yep.
Yeah, we're streaming it live like streaming radio. That's what we're doing.
We do it live.
We do it like
Do it
like Bill O'Reilly liked to say from Fox. Actually,
Yeah.
that was Bill O'Reilly
For
It was
the
an
live.
inside
when he was
edition.
on. He was on
Inside
what was it?
Edition.
Inside Edition.
Yeah, he was pretty drunk as always.
Yeah, that sounds right. Anyway, you probably don't. Do you know who I'm talking about? Bill
No,
O'Reilly.
I don't.
He's a
No,
Fox,
no.
former Fox News guy,
Mhm.
and I don't know where he's at now, doing his own thing.
The
But
O'Reilly.
he's
whatever.
He's
screamed.
probably got a podcast.
he screamed so loud to this producer. It was on when he was on a show. She's talking about a show that was on like ABC or something, Inside Edition,
In the 90s.
and he
This was
swore
in the
and everything. I mean, he just went off. So because there was a problem trying to do it live.
Yeah.
He was drunk out of his mind.
Libby
Oh,
thinks he's always
that's not a
drunk.
good
I don't know if
combination.
that's true, but
I'd
anyway.
say the best news show is probably the Daily Show. Yeah.
Well, that's Mondays. It's still Jon Stewart, I think.
Oh heck yeah.
Other than that, I don't know who's on there. You watch that show, The Daily Show?
No, I don't really watch the news if I'm being honest.
Well, that one is
that's
kind
more,
of
it's on Comedy Central.
yeah, but it's
It's
a
like a
podcast.
satire.
It's a podcast and it's live.
Okay.
It's a show on TV and it's a podcast. He does both.
It's more comical news.
Oh,
in a
okay,
sense,
like a spoof, so they say.
Not
in a
spoof,
sense,
but
yeah,
he
it's-
has his take on everything. Jon
Uh,
Stewart. You know who
well-
Jon Stewart is.
No.
He's showing his age again.
We're
when
old.
I forget who we had. Oh, I think it was Sativa we had. We're like, wait, how old are you?
yeah, yeah.
Who's older, you or Sativa?
I'm 26, so I don't know how old he is.
I think
He's
Same.
26, yeah.
I think they were the same. I don't
Sativa-
remember.
Yeah, you guys just say
We never want to ask. It's kind of rude to ask a lady's age.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Or anybody's age, really.
He's not a lady.
I know. My point is, you never.
I'm the lady
Whatever.
in the room.
Move on. The point is, so you got the podcast. You're not doing it live,
Mhm.
and this is going to be like a way to focus on some music that you do. Maybe you'll release songs or what?
Just a way to get my brand out there further, because my mindset is like, okay, say I get another artist on the podcast, right? He's excited, he's talking, I'm working on my social skills, connecting, networking. He goes and he shows his friends, and they're like, oh, let me go and check out so-and-so's podcast on Whisper the Coke God's YouTube channel. Oh, this is a really good video. Let me see what else Whisper the Coke God is posting. Oh, he plays video games. Oh, he has music. Oh, he has, short films. He's really cool. Let me follow him.
That's a great way
Like
to
a
get,
spider web,
You
get
got
the
some
word out
short
there.
films?
I have one short film. It's to promote my recent album that came out. It's called Starflower.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's like a kind of a biography kind of thing, autobiography kind of deal on film, documentary, I guess you call
Not
it.
really documentary. It's more so just me telling a story of what I want the album to represent, I suppose, and just kind of like you watch it and like, okay, this is the vibe of the album I'm gonna ingest, kind of thing.
That's pretty cool.
Hmm.
We should do that. We got to do like
Yeah, there you go.
a documentary about what we're doing. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I never thought about
it
that.
starts off with you being like, "Oh crap!"
Trying
trying to get the
we,
phone
we'll do
started.
that every single week. So that'll be like a little repeat. You'll just see
It'll
like
be
a
the
little,
start of the documentary.
Yeah,
little montage of me going crap.
Yep.
crap.
It'll turn into a meme and go viral.
Yeah, well, it might.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I'm working on them.
Mhm.
We're so far behind right now. This editor guy is like beating me up on it, but we're gonna have those little clips because
Mhm.
right now we don't. Actually, the station makes them, but I never know exactly when they're going to do them. So now I want to start doing like every week. You have the little
Yeah.
short clips. So like when you say something really cool, okay, we highlight that.
Yup,
We'll play
yup.
that over again.
It's
Will you
like
do
the-
that too, or do you have with like your music? You have little clips.
Yeah, like little minute clips, 2-minute clips, something like that.
Do you?
I do that, yes, because I feel like the recent like TikTok genre, that whole trend coming out where short videos, people kind of get addicted to them. It's like a smart marketing strategy to dive into.
Everybody refers to TikTok, but didn't Instagram start doing it first, or maybe even Facebook? I don't know who did it first,
No,
or even
TikTok.
YouTube.
TikTok started it first. Well, Vine,
Vine, yeah.
technically.
Oh, Vine was turned into TikTok. I used to do Vine, but those were only
no. TikTok is their own entity.
those
from
were
China.
6 seconds or 5 seconds. That's not like a clip. It's not like a 1 minute, 2 minute deal. That's
Yeah,
short.
TikTok started off shorter, but then I think they've expanded in time throughout. So is Reels with Instagram.
Oh.
Reels came out after TikTok.
They did.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
TikTok is what? How long usually? 2 minutes? 1 minute? How long are they supposed to be?
Well, I think at most you could do like 1 minute. I don't have TikTok on my phone, but I have a manager. She's actually a family member. I'll just like send her clips, and then she'll kind of run my TikTok account and post my videos. And according to her, it's like a minute long. I think sometimes a little more. You
So
can do
you do have management. It just
Uh,
happens to be a family member.
to
You have management.
some sort of degree. Yes.
That's great. I
Mhm.
mean, no, I could use management for sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do everything.
Mhm.
You know, luckily Joe helps with booking guests, otherwise I'd
Yeah.
be going insane. But
Hmm.
you know, it's definitely a good way. You got the right way to promote. That's for sure. You're doing everything you need
Mhm.
to do. And are you working? Oh, I guess it'd be a good time to bring up. You are working with one of our past guests, who I talk to quite often, actually, off the air. Sativa. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I met Sativa Reyes actually on Facebook because we were just mutual artists. We added each other on Facebook. Hey, listen to my music. Hey, listen to my music. That kind of relationship. And then one day he actually just randomly came into my store where I work at, PetSmart, and I was like, "Wait, I know you. Yeah, we're friends on Facebook." And then he's like, "Oh crap, yeah, I do recognize you." And then I invited him to a show that I was doing later on, like that weekend. And he came out and we started like bonding, and he performed at the show. I performed at the show. Just, bonded and networked and got each other's phone numbers. And
What show?
it was in Aurora, and it was at a bar restaurant. It was called Black Door Pub. And it was just like
Black
a
Door. That's cool. I like
Yup.
that place.
Heard of it?
Yeah, it was just like an open mic for a tournament. I think whoever won like $200, something like that.
And both of you were in it
We were-
separately, though.
Yeah, separately, yes.
And you
Mhm.
guys tied and got 100 each. Right?
No,
Yeah.
neither of us won. It was some people from like Missouri
No,
or
you
something.
tied and you got
Okay,
100
there we
each.
go. Clip that last part out until put that one in.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's the new history right there. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Uh-huh.
That's good for the promotion. That was great, man. We won.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
We won. Oh Lord.
But yeah,
I don't
so
want to do that. but
then
I'll-
we did
that's
another
cool.
show at the same spot like a month later, and then yeah, we were like, yeah, we should do a song together. Found a beat we were both liked, and
Are you
even-
doing the song together or the whole album together? That's what I was a little unclear on.
Oh, so we're just doing one song. It's called October, and it basically, I don't want to like ruin it super, but I'll give you the basic premise. My verse specifically opens up about struggles with like substance addiction and like lust and all that type of stuff.
Wow.
And I just feel like it's a very vulnerable song that a lot of people could relate to, and that it'll, help people that are in a similar situation.
What do you call that? Whisper the Coke God featuring Sativa Reyes, or how do you do it?
So I would just put like October featuring Sativa Reyes. and I
Would you say it's like a sequel to Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day's "Wake Me Up When September Ends"?
It always comes up.
I don't
I would
think
have
I've
never
ever heard
thought about that.
Yeah, probably not. Maybe I
okay,
don't know.
okay.
I've never heard that song. I don't think.
It's
Yeah.
Green Day. It's like one of their more famous ones. But
Okay.
That's what from like
Uh-huh.
95
Yeah,
or
'cause
something.
October's okay. It was
I get it.
yeah.
September ends and we go to October. We
uh-huh.
get it. We
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
Joe.
Okay,
Aha, we get it.
That was a knee slapper.
He's just like, yeah. He's like, no, I didn't. It wasn't my. Oh God, it wasn't his inspiration. I think is the point there.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Mhm.
Okay,
I'll
so
laugh
that's-
at it.
Is that coming out in October? Where are we? If you're listening live, we're in February. So is that coming out?
Most likely in the springtime because I
Oh,
want to.
soon.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to release the single, which is like the WWE song first, and
Heck
then
yeah.
after I release that one, then I'll start marketing and promoting Sativa's and I song October.
Great.
Hmm.
That's awesome. Boy, you got a great plan for especially being younger. But you said you have some help. You got a family member helping you. That's always
Yes.
good.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
always to build the anticipation with like little clips, little videos on the way
Of
there.
course.
The making process, and then just get people excited for that. you know?
Mhm.
I want to know: are you trying to brand, or have you already been talking about your name with a lot? Because I see both. I see your name, Hector, and then I see Whisper the Coke God. In fact, your website, I think, on YouTube or your YouTube page is Whisper the Coke God.
Mhm.
So, what are you pushing more?
So the main priority, the main brand is Whisper the Coke God. But I feel like when I introduce myself to some people, I like to introduce myself as Hector because it just gives it more of that like personal feel. And I feel like when you have that personal feel, that deep connection with your audience, they like feel more comfortable and more wanting to support you and to follow along. Like, oh yeah, I know him more than Whisper the Coke God. That's my friend Hector, kind of thing, you know.
I mean, that's
and it's a cool name.
And,
So-
Yeah.
and you
Uh-huh.
can you can brand them both. Why not? Right.
Mhm, Yep.
So that brings me to something. You and obviously said you've been doing it about 6 years. So this is kind of early on in your career. You already played with kind of like an underdog, but very well known, at least on Instagram. He's huge on Instagram. But just with albums and stuff, is you opened for Little Xan.
I did, yes.
Let's talk about that. How did that all come about?
So I go to a studio in my local town. I'll shout out them. They're called Zidal Studios. And
Say it again.
Zidal Studios, Xital Studios. They're located in Joliet. They're amazing.
Zidal.
Zidal, yes.
Zidal Studios, Joliet. Okay.
And yeah, I go
Illinois,
there every
for
so on Earth.
Yeah. Well, you never know where they're listening from.
Yeah. So yep, I go there every once in a while to like record my songs, and just I was randomly there one day, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we got this show we're doing with Lil Xan's team management," and we were just kind of talking, and they were like, "Yeah, do you want to be on it?" I was like, "Of course, dude, I want to be on it." So
Did they think you would say no? I mean, of
yeah,
course he wants to
of
be on a
course I
show.
want to be on it.
Yeah, sorry, Lil Xan's whack.
Yeah.
Sorry, can't be on it.
Well, he's a little bit controversial. He's got all
Yeah.
the face tattoos, and he has
I
some
like- he's got a
lyrics that
couple
are-
good songs.
Yeah, I was
He's
gonna
got a
say he's
couple.
got some good stuff out
Yeah,
there
he's.
too.
I would consider him mainstream.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
He's definitely mainstream.
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, I said it like I just wanted you to build it up, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I
it's
liked a
big
couple
deal.
of his music videos. They were trippy.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think. Was he involved with? And this is a guy I was trying to remember with Libby earlier. You'll know him though. He got in trouble. He like ratted out some of the New York gangs, and he's like Mexican. And
Oh,
black.
that's Takashi.
6ix9ine, yes.
little Tech 6ix9ine.
No, not Tech Nine. Don't ever put that on Tech Nine.
What is his name?
He is a chopper. What?
What is his name?
Takashi 6ix9ine. Yeah.
Takashi 6ix9ine.
Takashi. Yes.
All right. So
Yeah.
is that all the same kind of genre of music? Like, are you in with him
Mm.
sort of in a way? If you're working with Little Xan, I guess. you
Yeah,
would,
I
but-
mean, I guess you could say they all kind of came up around the same time period.
Yeah.
So I could see how there's some similarities. They got like the whole SoundCloud era aesthetic going on with the crazy hair and the face tattoos.
well, they all got the face tattoos and the
Mhm.
crazy hair, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But I think my music, like I said, I like to experiment with different styles. So sometimes I do experiment with like heavy metal and screamo and all that type of stuff, which 6ix9ine is pretty popular for. So I would say like he is an inspiration to some of my music.
What is that kind of music? Say it again.
Oh, like
screamo? What is-
screamo,
Screamo.
like heavy metal, like screaming into the
Oh, scream!
microphone.
I've never heard that term.
Yeah.
Here I was on a metal radio station being a DJ.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of them, but not screamo.
If
Mhm.
you were ever part of the face era rap tattoo gang,
Yeah.
what would your face era rap tattoo be?
Oh.
Well, you could still be Whisker the
Yeah,
Coke guy.
I would probably incorporate like a peace sign somewhere,
okay,
maybe like
okay.
above my eyebrow, or I don't know, maybe like some really edgy words like lust or like
You got more
death,
of the
you know,
clean
something
cut, like
that.
model looking. I could see you being like a model or
Yeah.
in films,
Mhm.
and then but you got some tattoos, so
I do,
guess
yeah.
it
I
still
want to get
works.
more.
It still works.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool though. But again, so Little Xan, was that in Chicago or did you go somewhere with him?
That was in Joliet at the Forge, actually.
Oh, was that the Forge? There we
Mhm.
go.
Oh,
So-
so was at the Forge?
Yep, full circle
That's a
moment.
surprise, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
But like I said, it's not all metal.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, they've had Soldier Boy there.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's big time
And they've
rap.
had Soldier Boy Bale there.
They had G
you know?
Herbo there,
Really?
Sean Kingston there.
They had Lil White there.
Yup.
See, I thought for some reason I
Wait,
associated-
Sean Kingston?
Yeah,
That's
he
what
was
I was
Oh
gonna
my
say.
he was
gosh.
there.
I can't believe it because I always thought metal bands only,
Yeah.
but no, it's everything. I
Mhm.
guess.
Trippie Redd, he was there. I went to his concert.
You know, I would think they would like
That's
go.
pretty
Some
cool.
of them would go to Rialto Square, which is right next to it, or like
Mhm.
around kitty corner around from it. But that's
Yeah.
more of like
That
a
has
big
more
deal.
like the older artists, like the older rock artist or the older like Frankie Valli, even like you know.
I,
like
I
that's
saw
more
I
of
saw
that.
Jackie the joke band Martley. And they used to be on the Howard Stern show there. I don't know whatever, but that was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
and then they do some of the movies nowadays. There, like sometimes they'll have like a Christmas. Story.
You mean movie premieres or just movies?
They'll,
Period.
they'll just play a movie there at the Rialto. It's kind of like they do that at the Paramount in Aurora too. They have
Oh, I
like
didn't know that.
Dollar Movie Mondays.
we had a guy on. Haven't heard from him lately, but he was working at Paramount. But anyway, so back to you being at the Forge. Did they do like a bunch of how many acts were there just besides you and obviously Lil Xan?
Probably like 15 if I were to guess. I don't
Oh.
know exactly how much, but like between 10 and 15.
So
Before
it was like a
the-
rap battle thing.
Did you have like a 2-3 song set or just like
Yeah,
one or two?
I think
ciphers?
I don't remember exactly, but it was like 3 or 4 songs. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's
Yeah.
a long show with 10 to 15 acts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but
It was probably a quick rotation. Like I think about it when I think about that, I'm like thinking from a band perspective. I'm like, that's an all day thing.
It is.
But for rappers, it's a lot easier. It's just a flash drive and kind of a switch off, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
It's still
it's easier to do. Unless
that's a
they have
long day
full
for
band
everybody to
behind them.
wait. That's a long day to wait to be on if you're like not the opening act.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
So how many were in front of you? Were you literally like the first one, or maybe right before Lil
I
Xan?
think I was in the middle, probably like the 4th or 5th artist.
That's still cool.
I usually like to go in the middle if it's up to me because I feel like that's when the crowd's at its peak.
Yeah, they're all warmed up.
Most
Mhm.
energized.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. mhm.
Until the main act comes, then they'll kind of get their last gust of wind.
Yes.
You know.
That makes sense. But that's cool. It's just cool that you did that at the Ford. I don't know what they pay for stuff like that. Are you doing pretty good with
Depends
like
on the
royalties?
crowd. That one Forge pays you based on the crowd you draw.
Really?
Pretty
So the draw at the door, basically.
Yeah, how many tickets you sell, and they
Yeah.
give you a certain cut percentage.
So
stuff
you
like
got
that.
some money out of that, some publicity, right?
some publicity, and yeah, I do shows with My Afton as well, and I get paid off of those shows as well from time to time.
Where are you where are you appearing with him? Or them?
My Afton, they're more of like a website third party company, and they just help you set up shows and help you set up tours and all that type of
Oh,
stuff.
they're not they don't have a venue. Okay, I thought maybe they had
No,
a venue.
it's like a website you go onto, and they'll be like they'll hook you up with your own little agent, so to speak, and then they'll give you dates. Are
Sounds
you
kind of like
available?
Bandcamp a little bit, but Bandcamp I don't think gives you venues to play at, right? Do they? So all those ones, like the one we keep talking about, Disco Tech or whatever it is.
Those are more for like distribution.
Yeah, they don't. He's actually they give
No,
you
he's talking
a
about
venue.
like booking, like a booking manager, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They give you venues to go to. That's
Mhm.
pretty cool.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
websites for that. There's apps like that too.
There's an app for that.
There's an app for
They got
everything.
apps for everything.
Do you have an app? Are you the app or just right?
I have a website.
Okay,
Yeah, whisperthecokegod.com.
you got to spell it now.
Oh, okay. WHISPER the THE Coke COKE God
God,
GOD
G-O-D. Got it.
.com.
So check that out. Oh,
Yeah, check 'em
.com
out.
too.
.com.
Speaking of apps,
Uh-huh.
tell me what you guys think of this one.
Okay.
It's a dating app. Okay, so you got your normal app.
Joe was onto this dating thing today.
Okay.
What
No,
do we
no,
need to know
I
about Joe?
created this like 5 years ago.
Okay.
You got a normal app because I used to be like a meme poster like crazy. And it's just like kind of like your Tinder setup. You set up the normal stuff, like the pictures, all that stuff, like your
Mhm.
bio. But then you go into a bunch of little categories of different memes, like inspirational, motivational, dark comedy, family comedy, stuff like that. And then you pick your favorite from those. And then you get entered into an algorithm of like-minded people with similar sense of humor. Because if you can't laugh together, you can't love together. You know, so think about it. Tell me if like you matched with someone similar to your sense of humor, you guys would at least be able to laugh through it.
Now you got to like make a name and you got to copyright
It's
and
c- it's
everything.
called
My
ma-
humor's too filthy.
It's
It's,
called
toilet
match meme.
humor.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we'd have like there would be a category for toilet humor. And you like literally whatever your humor would be, it's kind of like at least you'd be able to laugh with the person that you're going on a date with.
I
Exactly.
like that idea.
Yeah, that's cool. I
Yeah.
feel like that's good for like long-term relationships. you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
You
know.
need to be in on it. Now he's got to be in on it with you.
Yeah.
Right? He's got to do it with
Hey,
the.
I'll
I
be
mean, you're
your-
pretty busy with what you're doing anyway.
Yeah,
but-
man. I'll be your model.
So, there you go. He could be the model on the site. Pick or we could do like what was that one with what was the one with that Zuckerberg had? It was like hit or miss or something, or hot or smash, or what was that one?
No, I don't know.
You probably won't know that. But you remember that? It's before he started Facebook. He kind of had that idea that you're talking about a little bit. It was called like smash or
I don't even
hot or
remember.
not. I think he called it hot or not. if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, no, that was
never-
it's old. It's your idea.
I was on MySpace back then.
It was right when people were still on MySpace, right? It was right when Facebook started. This is a while ago. I'm like I said, but anyway,
We're
so
old.
we'll move on. So, so we're talking with Whisper the Coke God, also known as Hector.
Yes.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't
Heck
know which one I
yeah.
want to push more: the name of the band, or
Whatever you're
or
comfortable with.
and again, where will we be seeing you next? Besides, I guess, album coming out, working with Sativa, as we mentioned.
Mhm.
What else is
Yeah,
going
new
on?
Song.
Yeah, so
Yeah, right. New songs.
yep, new songs, just dropped them. Yeah, so I think right now I'm in a phase where I'm just kind of riding the momentum of my new website coming out. I have a lot of features coming out with different artists in the local area and putting out consistent content on YouTube, for example, like gaming, or now I'm doing the podcasting. Even today, I was vlogging a little bit just to give the audience more of a personal, deeper insight into what goes on in my life, and just being, an overall entertainer and just finding who I am in this entertainment world.
Well, I think you got a long way to go and a great career ahead of you because, I mean, everything I heard sounded really cool. And then I
Yeah.
like your idea for your podcast.
Heck
Like I said,
yeah.
we do it a little bit, but it's all going to be about behind the scenes stuff.
Check out the background.
The background.
Now, are you the background with Whisper the Coke God or the background with your name? That's
Whisper
what
the Coke God, right?
Yeah,
on
it's
your
on the
YouTube?
Whisper the Coke God YouTube channel. But I think I'm just gonna title it like the background. Like whenever people are watching, like,
But when they
hello, welcome to the background. I'm here with Joe Brunker. Kind
well,
of
but you won't even mention your name. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna mention your name or the name of your.
could play the background.
Yeah.
There you go, guys.
I'm
theme
sure
song.
I could like throw my name in there, but I think since it's already on my YouTube channel, which is like labeled Whisper the Coke God, it's just kind of like already there.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
It's nice to have somewhere centralized. I mean, we've been using YouTube and my Facebook. We're working on the website. One of these days I'll have it. I
Mhm.
swear.
There you go.
I mean, there's so many things I'm trying to do. Then you don't know this. I had a bunch of health things going on last year. It's like I'm lucky I'm still here. To be
Yeah.
honest. So, but I am. So
Glad
we're
you
good.
are.
And it was great having you on. One thing I want to do before we go is I want to play this little promo that I was mentioning. That talks about the show, but it's your song. So
Okay.
can we do that real quick
Of course you can.
before we say goodnight?
Sure.
How's that sound, Joe? Joe looks confused over there.
No,
Does that sound good?
I'm just
Oh,
pop-
he's just eating. That's
I'm
what-
just popping rocks.
Mm.
This episode brought to you
Got
by
the Pop
Warheads
Rocks over
Poppin'
there.
Candy. Okay.
You and Libby are like high on the sugar right now. We missed out, didn't
Yeah,
we?
Not that high.
All right. So anyway, thanks for being here. I'm going to play this, and we'll see you guys next time. But we're going to play out with the song. So let me get that going for you.
Let's
we'll
hear
get
it.
that going, and we'll do it right now. But again, thanks for being here.
Yes.
Whisper the Coke God. Right.
Right
We'll just
on.
keep going with the name.
Yes. Thanks for having me, guys. I really
No problem.
appreciate it.
We'll probably have we told Sativa that we're probably going to have him back when he's ready to like release what he's working on. So now we can maybe
Mhm.
have it where it's like a mutual.
Yeah, maybe you guys both come back and,
Yeah, that'd be
when you
cool.
release your song.
That's the thought.
Yeah.
But again, getting the schedules to mesh sometimes is fun, right?
Yeah, definitely.
These guys are they were pretty easy to work with, smooth and about scheduling. Some people are hard to
Unlike
schedule.
our guest for later tonight, well, it's my fault. I canceled the first time, so can't blame him. But
yeah, that's more.
you,
of like
you
a
guys
life
are a little
thing.
more smooth, and when we say it, we'll be here, right? Let me see. I'm trying. Okay, now of course, I love my phone. It doesn't, and I brought my laptop a few times, and that doesn't work well either. I don't know what is wrong with me. I want to play your song to play us out tonight.
I don't even know what song you're gonna play. I'm like, at
I'm
the edge of my
surprising you.
seat.
That's what I said. I'm surprising you and the audience. As soon as I can find it.
It's actually a video that your parents sent to us of your 5-year-old.
Oh,
saying
no.
A B C D.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's the kindergarten
Yeah, yeah.
school play. You remember that one?
Kindergarten Whisper the
Yeah.
Coke God.
That'd be hilarious. if I
Whisper
did
exposed.
that. Oh my God. I'm not gonna do that to you, but it's like delaying. Oh, I better not play this one because this is the one that's coming out soon. So how about if I play the first one? Anyway, so you were on with Little Xan, but this is Whisper the Coke God. Here's a sample, and we're going to say goodbye with this again. Thanks for being here, Joe.
All right.
Thanks for being here. Wait a minute. And of course, boy, I'll tell you, I'm really good with this live stuff, ain't I?
Yeah.
But again, thank you for being here. Whisper the Coke God, also
Yes.
known as
Hector.
Hector, if we want to say his real name.
Mhm.
And of course, Libby. Thank you, Libby. And then Joe
No
Brunker.
problem.
Hey,
You know,
Joe.
like whenever you say Hector, I always want to say, heck yeah, Hector.
Heck yeah,
Like,
Hector, yeah.
I just get hyped.
Uh-huh.
And here we go.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We're gonna be checking out Whisper the Coke God Just Dance, man. Let's get it. Let's go, bro.
See everybody.
Hey, it's like some club vibe, like.
This was the one that I first heard.
He's got the DJ playing for him.
Hey. I like that. Let's forget that we were sad lately. And this is like a good like club vibe though. I can really be dancing to this. It's crazy.
Commentary going on.
Hey.
Share the fun and everybody's included. Wow. Move your body to the music.
Wow.
Got me in the mood to move it. Wow. Never dancing, it feels so therapeutic. Wow. Share the fun and everybody's included. Wow. When I walk inside the venue, I know all eyes on me. Who is he?
Oh, that was fire with
Oh yeah, so yeah, if in the hook you can kind of hear the
That's what I
the
thought,
sample
okay.
a little bit,
Yeah.
and then in the pre-hook I'm like just dance, baby. And
Mhm. I
but
like how
kinda did
I
my
like
own
how
thing.
you have that inspiration in there, like
Mhm.
your Lady Gaga inspiration throughout the song. And
Yeah,
I like
yeah, but still like doing my own thing and making
You
it
did
unique
play
and
that
different.
with
Exactly.
Little
With
Xan,
that.
didn't you?
No, that song actually came out recently. So
Oh,
when I-
that's after Little Xan.
that. Yeah, I
My
think I
bad.
saw it.
Okay.
I saw when you released it. It's a good song, man. You write catchy little bops.
thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it
was
sounds fun.
That was good stuff, and that's why I wanted to play it before we say goodbye. But anyway, that was again Whisper the Coke God, and that was after a show. That was after the album we did after the show with Lil Xan, but still cool to hear. Again, I couldn't play it. I don't know what's going on with my phone. Sorry about that.
all
But
good.
that's
You can never
you,
work
you
that
can go to
phone.
your website, which again is whisperthecokegod.com, right?
Yes.
And check out all his stuff. And then again, we'll probably end up having you back when your song October comes out. So
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we gotta have you guys in again.
again, thanks for
Mhm.
being here. Like
Thank
I
you.
said, everybody take care. We'll talk to you next time here on Bell
Bell
and
and
Company.
Company.
Yes. Thank you, Libby. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Whisper the Coke Guy. Everybody take care. Bye.
Yeah,
I'm going to finish with this now. We're going to end with this. It's
Do
still
it.
playing.
play the Just Dance.
Wow.